Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Life is an expression of two energies. One is the knowledge energy called as Jnana Shakti, and second is the dynamic energy called as the Kriya Shakti. Through the Jnana Shakti, we perceive the world. And through the Kriya Shakti, we respond to the perceptions. Where there are no perceptions, but only movement, such as the fan is moving, it cannot be called as a life. So life has these two aspects, perception and responses to the perception. Now, whatever we perceive, that depends on the instrument through which we are perceiving. If our instrument is perfect, our perception will be perfect. If the instrument is defective, our perception will be equally defective. It is something like this. You have got nice food in front of you. Sometime by mistake it happens. Good food comes in front of you. Then you have good hunger also. You don't require an appetizer. And you are ready to take the food. And that very moment, you get a news. Some bad news. The moment the bad news comes, your instrument called as the mind, which was going to enjoy that food, all your joy disappears. Food remains the same, you remain the same. But the instrument through which you are going to contact the world, that was disturbed. If this is understood, the principle is, what is the kind of instrument that we have? Do we have the instrument which is knowledge-oriented, sattvic shraddha? Do we have the instrument which is dynamism-oriented, action-oriented, rajasic shraddha? Do we have the instrument which is indolence and matter-oriented, tamasic shraddha? Depending upon these three types of modes that we have inherited from our last life. Remember, from our last life. Not from our parents. Parents are like the investment builders. They have constructed the house. And in that house, somebody has come to stay. Isn't it? When there is a house to be let, so they will hang a board outside, to space let. And then there was a person who has come to that town, and he had no place to go. He was searching for a house here and there, here and there. Hey, there is a board, to let. Then I want it. So between the to and let, the small I enters. Now read the spelling. This is what happens. The parents have created the gross body, and in that gross body that Jiva was searching for a right place. So when he left his last body, whatever was the last thought, accordingly he was molded in a particular shape. And that mold of that shape of the mind was searching for a fit place to fit in. And here I get, hey, this is the right place for me to stay. And in that body, in the womb, at the age of 5 months, when the fetus is 5 months old, Bhagavad Mahapuran tells, that time the Jiva enters. And thereafter the life begins. And what is the life? 2 aspects. Perceptions and interactions. Perception depend on what kind of mind we have inherited from the last life. Therefore, Swabhavaja, born with our Swabhava, we are these 3 kinds of foundation, Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. Now, what are the kind of perceptions that are liked by these 3? We have been told about the food habits. Then what are the kind of interactions? We have seen Yajna yesterday. And then we have seen also the tapas. And we have come up to the tapas austerity at the level of the speech. So austerity, tapas is at the level of the body, speech and the mind. At the level of the body, the tapas austerity means the body should remain fit and available whenever we want. That is tapas. Tapas doesn't mean stand on one leg. This is not tapas. That is the habit of the last life. You know, in our Ahmedabad, I go regularly there. And I don't know whether you observed or not. I had nothing to do, so I keep on observing the whole world. And one day, one person asked me this question. After the management lecture was over, big crowd, few thousand people. Swamiji, have you observed in Ahmedabad, the auto rickshaw people, drivers, when they have to show the direction, they don't have the light showing the direction, nor they take out the hand. They take out the leg. A unique of Ahmedabad. So have you observed that? Yes, I have observed. You are right. Can you tell me why in Ahmedabad these auto rickshaw drivers take out their leg? I said, Purva Janma Samskar. What else can be told? Swabhav. So, the tapas austerity at the level of the body is that the body remains fit. Fit doesn't mean for fighting. Fit means when it is available, when it is required. That is fitness to me. Then, for that, what is the technique we were told? Deva Dvija Guru Pratnya Pujanam Shauchamarjavam, etc. Then, the tapas at the level of the speech. What is the purpose of speech? Purpose of speech is the communication of our experience to others. Bhagavan Shankaracharya explains in his commentary, the purpose of the speech is to communicate our experience. And when we are able to communicate our experience through words, then we are established in Sat, the existence, the reality. Many times, when we are unable to communicate what we have to say, such people are more of gesture oriented. When the speech fails, gesture is taken as a support. Look here, see what I mean? Are you falling down or what? No, actually, what is happening, this Bharatanatyam while talking, is a lack of expression power. So, the purpose of the speech is the ability to communicate our experience. How do we do that? Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat. Let our speech be such that it does not create any kind of agitations around us as well as in us. Then swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva. We have to constantly remember the Lord and keep ourselves busy chanting the Lord's name. Be very attentive. If you have taken this vow, that when I am walking, I will chant Lord's name. When I am climbing the steps, I will chant Lord's name. When I am taking food, I will chant Lord's name. When I am sitting all alone, I will chant Lord's name. You will see automatically our speech is purified. And after this is over, then now in the 16th verse we are. Here the tapas at the level of mind is told. Now this is the most important thing. Body is the gross, speech is in between, and the mind is the subtlest. Body is the expression of the tamoguna. Speech is the expression of the rajoguna, interaction. And mind is expression of the sattvaguna. Now what happens? Manaprasadaha saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha bhava samshuddhi itetat tapo manasam uchyate. Now what are the austerities at the level of the mind? First, manaprasadaha, most important thing. Many people, they come to me and we go to the traditional Mahatmas and then say, Maharajji, pranam. And I am extremely benefited by your lectures. I have decided to take mantra from you. Swamiji, I have adopted you as my guru. And therefore, will you please give me some mantra? So I said, okay. Ready? Yes. Be happy. Not that. Then be miserable. We imagine spiritual practice means making everything complicated. It is not. The real spiritual practice is remain cheerful in spite of everything around you. That is real spiritual practice. Either you take the mala in the hand, go on biting, Arjun, Satyanas, Hoja, Ram. No, that is not spiritual practice. It must be reflected in the form of the quality of the mind when you interact with the world. Like, many people are associated with the names because of their behavior. In one house, when I went, the dad wasn't there and he was not a Gujarati. Therefore, I can say dad. Had he been a Gujarati, dead. Your dad is not at home? No, dead people we don't keep at home. We keep only the live people. Not dad, dead. So, when we were sitting, the dad was not there. And after some time, the car came. Immediately the children heard. And immediately they gave. Swamiji, Hitler has come. Meaning, the behavior of the father is summarized by one word, a technical word. See? Now why this happens? Because when your mind is terribly disturbed, you yourself remain disturbed and you spread the disturbances all around you. Like when you put a stone in the water, still waters. One stone is enough to send a series of circles around it. In the same manner, the real spiritual practice is this. Manaprasadaha. It doesn't matter whether you are taking Lord's name. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. It doesn't matter. Or you say, Jara samne to aao chali. It doesn't matter. What matters is, are you cheerful? Towards the end in Bhagavad Gita, this is the last word Bhagavan has said. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati. The real spiritual growth, if you want to assess in yourself, find out how much cheerful you remain 3 seconds in 10 years. See? Such people, when they get up also from the sleep, wow, begins. They can't even get up with a cheerful mood. See? Manaprasadaha. Doesn't matter whether you sing cinema songs, doesn't matter whether you are taking vegetarian, non-vegetarian, doesn't matter you are talking English or Hindi, doesn't matter whether you are going to see the TV or the cinema. What matters is, are you cheerful or not? That is important. Manaprasadaha. Otherwise, it is observed that many so-called spiritual people are more miserable than the normal people. There was a young boy, he came to me from Mulund. He said, Swamiji, earlier I never used to go for the youth classes. And I was alright. Since I started going for these youth classes, Gita classes and all that, I don't know what happened. Nobody wants me around. Everybody avoids me. What is the reason? I said spiritual poisoning. Please remember this. Manaprasadaha. That is important. Then saumyatvam. Saumyatvam is the ability to remain calm and quiet. So there are 2 things. We may remain calm and quiet, but inside there is a volcano going on. The quietness of the wise man and the other wise man, this is the difference. Both of them look very quiet. But inside, the volcanoes are boiling away. Manaprasadaha saumyatvam. Then the third, maunam. Normally we imagine maunam is the discipline of speech. It is. It helps others. But maunam is really the discipline of the mind. Now what is the discipline of the mind? Maunam. Maunam is mananat maunam. When you are contemplative on something higher, you will never have time to get involved in the lower. See? All those who get worked upon small issues, they are not contemplative. Small little things we do here and there, and we feel as if the whole thing is being done by me. And then they got so worked up. Remain quiet. Things will be alright. Why this happens? Because mananam, contemplation, is not on something higher. Such people are very much working, sincere, dynamic, but they are extremely disturbed because contemplative mood is not there. Manaprasada saumyatvam. Then maunam atma vinigraha. Atma vinigraha means perfect control over the mind. What is the meaning of perfect control over the mind? When I want to study, I can study. When I want to listen, I can listen. When I want to talk, I can talk. When I have to keep my mouth shut, I keep my mouth shut. See how simple it is. All our instruments are under perfect control. Otherwise, what will happen? I have a car, and when I go from here, let us say, towards Andheri, and near Mahalakshmi temple, there is a slope. So, I start applying brake from 4 miles away, and I apply the brake, and the gadi or the car stops at Shivaji Park. What will be the condition? In the same manner, We are able to get involved in the world, but we have not left the freedom to withdraw from the world. Atma Vinigraha. Just imagine what a joy it will be when you start studying, nothing disturbs you. With one go, you understand and you have no doubt left. What a joy it will be. When you are listening, you are 100% available and every word has directly entered your system. When you are talking, there is not a single wrong thought. There is no confusion. Hey, what I was telling? You must have seen many times the speakers, they start telling some story or something to explain and then, अरे मैं क्या कह रहा था रे? मैं भूल गया. How this happens? Only because there is no control over the thought process. Therefore, Atma Vinigraha. Then, Bhava Samshuddhihi, another very important thing. Our intentions must be necessarily pure. There should not be ill intentions in our mind when we are dealing with the people. Friends, particularly mothers know this. When they come in contact with anybody, in no time they can catch, hey, something is wrong somewhere. This sixth sense which the mothers are given is because of this one faculty, Bhava Samshuddhi. If somebody is having wrong intent, immediately you can catch it. Bhava Samshuddhi, let our mind remain all the time pure. Let us not think negative, bad about anybody, even in dream. Friends, if we have a thought of hatred for anybody, even in the dream, even once, that is enough to close the door and the Lord will never enter such a heart. Bhava Samshuddhi, then iti etat tapaha mana samucchate. This is called as the austerity at the level of the mind. Now these are the three tapas at the level of body, speech and the mind. Now the further thought, Shraddhaya paramam paraya taptam tapastat tribidham naraihi aphalakangshibihi yuktaihi satvikam parichakshate. Whenever we live our life, where do we evaluate our performance? See? What is the criteria for the evaluation of our performance? One, how much we have acquired success in the material world. One criteria. Second criteria, how much more work we have done for the betterment of the society. Second criteria. And third criteria, after your work is done, what is left behind? Frustration or arrogance? See, friends, our activity in the outer world, when it leads to the purification of the mind, then we are living scientifically. When our activity in the outer world binds us as a slave to the external world alone, disregarding the divine presence, then it is a totally ashastriya, unscientific lifestyle. Therefore here it is said, Shraddhaya paraya taptam tapaha. Now that tapasya, the three of them at the level of body, speech and mind. Now how to do this tapasya? The first is called as satvik. Shraddhaya paraya taptam. Tapasya is possible only under the influence of Shraddha or faith. Now here one or two words about Shraddha, because this particular chapter is Shraddha Traya Vibhaga Yogonam. We do not require Shraddha to know that if you take a rod and hit a pot, the pot will break. For that you don't require Shraddha, because you can see that. If you go and touch electrical wires live, you get realization of electricity. For that, you don't require Shraddha. See? When you go to your father, when he has just been talking to your mother, that time he hits you. Further, you don't require Shraddha, because that is your Anubhav. Now, here the Shraddha is required. Atindriya Vishaye, that topic which is beyond the comprehension of our senses and our mind. Now, what are those topics? Before this body was taken by me, I existed in another body. And in that body, I have done something good and bad. As a result of which, I get joys and sorrows in this life. And when whatever I am living in this life, and whatever good and bad I do, as a result of which my next life is determined, the performance of ours of this life is creating a blueprint for our next life. Now, who can tell us this? Only the scriptures. Meaning, those areas of experience which cannot be assessed, evaluated and established through the agency of the senses and the mind, there we are bound to have the strength of faith. And these three tapasyas, the three austerities at the level of the body, at the level of the mind and the speech, all of them will be meaningful only if we have the Shraddha in our heart. Otherwise not. If we say, hey, I don't believe in this thing, then you cannot progress. Therefore, Shraddhaya Paraya Taptam. Now, who is doing this tapasya with the deep faith of Phalakangshibihi? The second thing. See, whenever we are doing anything, keeping in view the results that I am likely to get in the outer world, we have disregarded the importance of our own mind's purity. Friends, that day should be considered as the Janmashtami in our life, when we will realize what? As now we have realized, taking good food is for our own benefit. Putting on good, clean, neat iron clothes, it is nice. Now, if you have put on good nice clothes, you won't go and sit anywhere on a gutter because you are careful about it. Now, go one step further. Those who are aware that the purity of our mind is of utmost value in this world, will they interact in this world in such a manner that the beauty, the purity, the tranquility, the cheerfulness, the equanimity of the mind is destroyed because of this interaction? Nay, never. Now, why this happens? Only because we have not yet understood. We have not yet recognized. Now, look into your own heart. Don't tell anybody. How many times we have gone before the Lord and said, "Oh Lord, make my mind so pure so that you will be received in my own heart." We go to the Lord and ask the whole garbage of the world. And that is why our gods have this posture. You know what this tells? Enough, bas ho gaya, bas ho, chup ho jao. But even then we don't stop. So he says, I am going to give one now. Have we ever thought of how important it is to have pure mind. Therefore, how to attain the pure mind? Aphalakangshibihi. Yajna, tapas and danam. 3. All these 3 are done only for one purpose. And that one purpose is our instrument becomes such perfect. Be very attentive. Our instrument becomes such perfect that we are able to see in this world the same thing which the Lord is seeing. Now see, when a child is seen by the mother and when the child is seen by an unknown person, there is a difference. The mother sees more than a child in the child. But the other person sees only the child, nothing beyond that. Are we able to see something more than this objective world? And what is that something more? Ishavasyavidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitha ma grudakasya siddhanam. How important. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhut vijanataha tatra ko mohaha kasyokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmanneva anupashyati ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. Atma upammena sarvatra samam pashyati orjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sa yogi paramo mataha. Is our vision of this quality? As the Lord looks upon His own creation, are we able to look upon the world in the same way as the Lord is looking? That is the correct instrument. Now what is happening? I have put on yellow glasses and I move in the world and very comfortably label whole world is suffering from jaundice. Remove the glasses of personal bias. Change the glasses of disturbed mind. And when we are able to go beyond the limitations of the perception through the senses and the mind, Rutambhara Prajna, we develop that intuitive faculty. Through that intuitive faculty, we are able to see that which is beyond the scope of cause and effect. See how important it is. Therefore, aphalakangshibihi. When we are living in this world, our attention should be only on one thing. Let every additional interaction with the world purify my heart to such an extent that I am able to receive the Lord with all open heart. Therefore, friends, it is very necessary that if our lifestyle is such that our attention is on the purification. Therefore, yuktaihi. And who can do this? He who is a yukta purush. Yukta means what? He who has a knack. And what is the knack? In spite of the world, he is happy. This is the knack. It's very, very surprising. Many times somebody comes, Gupta ji, garbad hai kya kuch? Something wrong with you? No, why? You are smiling, therefore I'm telling you. Because normally the mood is all the time for no reason. God has created only human beings with the ability to smile. Nobody can, except in the Disneyland cartoons. So, aphalakangshibihi yuktaihi satvikam parichakshate. This is the meaning of satvik tapasya. Now the second one is rajasic. Satkaramana pujartham tapodambhena chaivayat kriyate tadiha proktam rajasam chalamadhruvam. Now, satkara mana pujartham tapaha dambhena chaivayat. All the austerities and difficulties and problems are accepted. What for? First, satkara. How much I am being respected in the society. When I come, everybody gets my big boss. See? Satkar. Friends, one experience I'll tell you. Once there was some program and we had invited Swami Akhandanji Maharaj and told, Maharajji will come and receive you so that you don't have to make any arrangements, we will come. So how sweet way he said, no, you don't worry, I'll come. And then he said, by you coming and receiving me, I don't become great. And if you don't come and don't receive me, I don't become small. What I am. See the greatness. Satkar. Respect, disrespect. How much goes on in this world. It is such a pathetic scene. Suppose you must have seen 5, 6, 7 Mahatmas sit on the same platform. There also, there should be little asan and left, and then I can, Hare Ram, 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 Ram. See? Satkar. I cannot sit on the left side. I cannot sit on the right side. Satkar. Then Mana. How much respect is given to me? Is my name printed first or the last? Satkar, mana, pujartham. And getting a lot of respect. Na karmanana prajaya dhanena tyage naike amrutatva manasho parena nakam hitam guhayam vibrajate dadyatayo vishanti. Tyage naike amrutatva manasho. My renunciation alone, everything is attained. Dakshina. Sri Krishna, Narayana, Govinda. Today is Govinda, isn't it? Do you think all these fellows are climbing this thing for Govinda? There is inside, not Govinda, Lakshmi, and therefore. So, pujartham, tapaha dambhena chaivayat. Next quality. Dambha. Dambha is that normally I am sleeping in my room. The moment somebody comes, Swamiji is doing what? He is doing meditation. Kab se baithe hai? Pata nahi. He sits 3-4 days at a time. She is still alive. Yes, in between he gets up, goes to bathroom, eats food. Dambha. Friends, in this world, as much we deceive ourselves, we never deceive anybody in this world. And what is the technique of deception? Dikhane ke daat alag, chabane ke daat alag. Isn't it? The teeth which are shown are different. The teeth which are used for biting are different. Which are those? There are 2 sets of natures. So, dambhena, then tadiha proktam rajasam chalamadhruvam. And it is not steady, chalam. And adhruvam, never firmly established. Now the third one is tamasic tapas. Mudha grahena atmanaha yad pidaya kriyate tapaha parasyo sadhanartham va tat tamasamudarutam. You will see, the lower one goes, the more obstinate one is. Our Mundakopanishad tells, Vijanan vidwan bhavate nativadi. The one who is established in the absolute reality, he is never insisting anything. And here, this tamasic tapas, what is that? Mudha grahena, under the influence of the height of foolishness, that one has attained, yet pidaya kriyate tapaha. He is doing the tapasya, but suffering inside, torturing the body. See, the other day, somebody asked me this question. Swamiji, what is your sampradaya? I said, Mauj mein raho. No, actually I mean, because today is Ekadashi, therefore, whether you take food or you don't take food. I said, who are you? If you are a Gujarati or a Marwadi, I have Ekadashi. If you are not, I don't have Ekadashi. He said, why such a thing? I said, because Ekadashi, Gujarati, Marwadi, it is the Dugdha Sharkara Yoga. I always pray to the Lord, oh Lord, on Ekadashi, please give me Bhiksha. In Gujarati, Marwadi, really enjoy. See, the real thing is, my principle I tell you, about tapasya, observing fast, keep the stomach full and head empty. What we do the other way around. Stomach empty and constantly, Arre khana kha lo na. See, there is no need to torture yourself. There are people, they keep on going on fasting. What for? Please remember, body is like a pole vault jump. You take that pole in your hand, run, fix it, go up and then drop that body. That is the purpose. Not torturing the body. The more you play with your body in your spiritual practice, the more you get identified with the body. And getting identified with the body is the bondage. See? And if by this tapasya, if you learn, what you have to learn? First, tapasya is done for two purposes. Purpose number one, we have to discover that we have the potentiality to go higher. How do we do that? We decide, I am going to do Ekadashi. You decide. From Dashmi onwards, you start becoming uncomfortable. After Ekadashi, today I should eat more, I don't know, tomorrow I'll be able to do it or not. And therefore, Dashmi, you eat a lot. And next day comes, and you are, my God, 24 hours without food, I don't know how it is. They say Nirjala Ekadashi. But Coca-Cola is not Jala, it's something different. And then when that Ekadashi is no more able to be contained by us, then we find, the income tax practitioners, they find out the loopholes. So we find out the loopholes, spiritual loopholes. What is that? There are always two Ekadashis. Today's and tomorrow's. I will do tomorrow's Ekadashi. But if you have decided, I am not going to take food, don't take food. Then you discover, hey, I can do it. This is the purpose of tapasya. To discover your own potentiality. It is most important to know that we can achieve. It is not the monopoly of few Mahatmas to know the truth. Every one of us can do that. What is lacking is self-confidence. What is lacking is the ability to discover our own abilities. That is the purpose of tapas. Now, second thing. Many of us have this notion that we cannot go without certain things. It is wrong. We can continue. Nothing is important in this world if you are firm. And then we are told that in Chaturmas, we are not allowed to take onion and garlic. You go to a Punjabi house and ask them, Khana banao. And if you want to torture that lady, very simple. Don't put onion, garlic and tomato. So kya, main khud padu? They can't imagine. See, I stay in Kaivalya Dham. And there, we don't eat onion garlic. And when the people come, they eat. Amity, the food is very tasty. I said, no, it doesn't have onion garlic. Really? It doesn't have? So we observe in this 4 months, Chaturmas, 4 months, don't eat onion and garlic. After that 4 months are over, Kande Naumi. Isn't it? And it is so much that even in the tea we put onion. Ram, Ram, Ram. But we don't learn that if I can survive without taking onion and garlic for 4 months, means what? My existence is not dependent on that. Discover this. There is nothing important in this world other than your own commitment to the truth. Sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha. What lacks in our life is commitment and the self-confidence. Tapasya is meant to discover these 2 facets of our personality. If this is not done, we are wasting our time under the disguise of tapasya. I don't take food during the day. Then, raat ko hagaul buddha. That is not tapasya. Similarly, torturing yourself, walking miles and miles and miles. What is the need? Bhagwan Shankaracharya very clearly tells, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Rata Paripalanam Matavadanam Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena Bhajatina Muktim Janmashatena. Discover yourself. That is important. And such people, when they go to the Tirtha Kshetra, they have got all the complaint. And their complaint is, here the food is not good. And what are the things to see here? One person asked me, Swamiji, have you gone to Haridwar? I said, number of times. What you have seen there? I said, Gangaji. Anything more? Mansa Devi. Anything more? Har Ki Paudi. Anything more? I said, nothing more. Railway station. No, something more. I said, I don't know. You have not seen Paratha Galli? Arey Ram, 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 Petu. Is there something more in life or not? So, such going to the Tirtha Kshetra has no meaning. Therefore, second purpose is Parasyo Sadhanartham Va. Doing a lot of tapasya to destroy others. Like Indrajit has done the tapasya during the war between Rama and Ravana. That time he goes and does a lot of tapasya, yajna. For what? Lakshmanji and Hanumanji goes and destroys that. Now what for that is done? To destroy others. It is something like, our terrorist bandhus. There are one kind of terrorist bandhus who are sacrificing their life for the purpose that they have chosen. Doesn't matter right or wrong, but they are doing that. But there is another class of terrorists. They only kill and get puja from the whole world. If you are subtle enough, you will understand. So, Mudha grahena atmanaya pidayat kriyate tapaha parasyo sadhanartham va tat tamasam udarutam. That is the lowest kind of austerity. Now about the dhanam, the teacher says, Datavyam iti yaddanam dijate nupakarine deshe kale cha patre cha taddanam satvikam smritam. Now here is another very important principle. First, there are 2 aspects when you give charity. One aspect is, when we practice charity, it is our need. The world does not need our charity. Please remember this. This I learned from one person. When I was going somewhere, he came in the car, in the train, just before leaving the station. He was coming regularly, but never spoke to me, and I never encouraged anybody to eat my head. Very good. Do say namaskar, acha. And then he got, just last moment. And he came and passed on a thick bundle of 100 rupees notes, 100 notes maybe. He gave Swamiji. I said, I don't want this, because I have got a ticket, somebody will come and pick me up. I don't need this. Thank you very much, because I don't have anything to do. Swamiji, you don't need this. I need to give you. See how beautiful it is. When we practice charity, who is in need? It is we who are in need. The Lord doesn't need our things. The moment you recognize this, then it is a sattvic dana. And why it is sattvic? Because by that charity, your mind is purified. So, datavyam, therefore, to give is our need. And diyate anupakarine. And when we practice charity, we are not obliging anybody in this world. This example I give a number of times. I come here to this holy place, Prempuri Ashram, and talk on Gita or whatever subjects come. Prempuri Ashram is an abode where I come not because they need me, it is me who needs. See, they can get half a dozen Mahatmas a day. It is not their need, it is my need. And the moment I am aware of this fact, I can never have the arrogance. See, friends, otherwise there will be 101 do's and don'ts. Diyate anupakarine. Whatever knowledge the Lord has given us, we are merely the transmitting stations. That's it. Where is our arrogance that I am teaching? No. If I think I am teaching, I am cheating myself. Deshe kale cha patre cha tad danam satvikam srutam. And how this danam is given? Deshe kale cha patre cha. There are places where to give danam. When you go to a area where liquor is being sold, Desh, and there somebody comes, Babaji, बहुत दिनों से दारू नहीं पी, 200 रुपए दे दो, अच्छा बेटा ले लो, कोई बात. That is not the right thing. I was in San Jose, California. Evening I was going for a walk. And when I was going, one person came. Are you from India? I said, yes. Kindly give me $10, I had to drink. I said, you are too sweet. I don't carry money in my pocket. See, which place to give charity? Whenever you go to the holy places, whenever you go to the places where there is genuine need, and when this is kept in account, your charity does not go wrong. Deshe kalecha, and the right time. There are, according to scriptures, many times which are indicated, but we should understand kale means when somebody is in need, and if you can afford, do help everybody. Don't try to find out whether he is worthy or not. No. And patrecha, patra is the right kind of person. When these three things are kept in view, such a danam is called as sattvika. Now, the second kind. Yattu pratyupakaratham phalamuddishyava punaha diyate ja pariklishtam tad danam rajasam smrutam. Now, the dynamic people's charity is like what? Pratyupakaratham. I have given them this thing, therefore they have constructed this building, therefore if it was not there, I don't know what they have done. We have obliged somebody, no. That is called a Rajasic Dhanam. Please remember one thing. When we do good to anybody, never mention it even once. I tell you what happens. There is one brother and sister in US. The sister was in US, she became the citizen so that she can call her brother. And the brother came and studied his post-graduation, got a job, got married. And thereafter he stopped going to his sister and brother-in-law. So she was very disturbed. What happened? So this sister told me, Swamiji, I don't know what is wrong. He avoids us. I have called him here. For him I have taken citizenship. I got him education. I got him job. I got him married. So much I have done for him. But he is avoiding me. I don't know what is wrong. I said, Mama, I understood. What is that? What you told me what you have done for your brother, you must have mentioned it before him 365 million times. Yes, you have helped somebody. So what? When this is not understood, why the children many times revolt against the parent? Because of this. 9 महीने पेट में रखा था, इसी दिन को देखने के लिए पीठ पे रखते. 9 महीने पेट में रखा था. See? How long can somebody tolerate? Therefore, jattu pratyupakarartham, expecting a lot of things in return, and phalamuddishya punaha. And if you do this charity, you will go to heaven. If you give chhata to Panditji, when you go to the heaven, you will get one chhata there. If you give one chappal to Panditji, when you go there, you get chappals. Ram, Ram, Ram. And diyate cha pariklishtam. They will give. But pariklishtam. I think I have given, but what to do? These people, they make us in such a wrong way. We can't say no. We have to give. And after giving, there is a disgust. I think instead of 5,000, I should have given only 5 rupees. Nobody has given this. Pariklishtam. That is called a Rajasic. Now the third one. Adesha kale yaddanam apatre bhyashadiyate asatkrutam avajñatam tat tamasamudaratam. That kind of charity, danam, which is given at a wrong place to a wrong person for the wrong purpose. You go somewhere and the children are watching there. Oh, pata nahi kaun sa cinema hai, I don't know. And you say, beta, you want to see cinema? Come, I'll get you. And you buy 10 cinema tickets and distribute to them. Go for cinema. That is not a dhanam. You are destroying somebody. And adesha kale apatre beshadi and asatkrut avajñatam. And it is given in a wrong place for the wrong purpose. Avajñatam. And when you give charity to somebody, you insult that person. Avajñatam. Friends, whenever we have this notion that I am helping somebody, you have already disregarded the divine presence in that person. Friends, never have that wrong notion that we can help anybody. If we can serve everybody. The attitude of service brings purification of the heart. The attitude of charity and help and compassion brings a lower feeling for the other person. That is called as tamasic. Now here after the last topic in this chapter is, in this world whenever we are doing whatever precautions we may take, there is bound to be some mistake somewhere. Like many times, when we talk. While talking, there is some kind of grammar mistake. Sometimes you talk, you say, this was said in Bhagavad Gita, but that was said in Kathopanishad. Today I received one letter from Rishikesh or Haridwar. And in my telecast, somewhere they must have heard. Now, when you go on talking, sometimes, you don't know, some word has gone wrong. So I mentioned in one lecture that na jayate mriyate va vipaschit nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. But there is one word which is different. Vipaschit and kadachit. In Bhagavad Gita the word is kadachit. And in Kathopanishad the word is vipaschit. So I use the word vipaschit and mention Kathopanishad. Bhagavad Gita, and as a result, he wrote me later, Swamiji, we consider Gita Press as the final authority for authentication. You mentioned this thing, please clarify. I said, I am sorry, it was wrongly must have been said by me. What you believe Gita Press as the final authority, I also follow Gita Press alone. See, anything you may do, mistakes are bound to happen. And therefore, what to do? Correction factor. Om Tassariti Nirdesho Brahmanaha Trivida Smritaha Brahmanastena Vedascha Yajnascha Vihita Pura. There are three expressions, names of Paramatma. Which are those three names? Om, Tat and Sat. These are the three names. Om, Tat, Sat iti Brahmanaha Nirdeshaha Trividaha. These three words are used to indicate Paramatma. And Brahmanastena Vedascha Yajnascha Vihitapura. So all our scriptures have told that this is the three names of the Lord, and all the Brahmanas who are doing the Yajnas, that time they use these three words. Now, what are the usage of these three words? First, with reference to the activity or the karma. Tasmat Om iti udaritya yajna dana tapakriyaha pravartante vidhanokta satatam brahmavadinam. Those who are following the scientific lifestyle, brahmavadinam means what? Those who are following the lifestyle with the discipline of self-imposed limitations of the authority of the scriptures. Friends, please understand this principle. Whenever we have accepted the discipline and authority of, let us say, driving agency, so what we do? We will follow all the driving rules and follow them in our life. In the same manner, for living a scientific life, the authority is only the Veda. Because they only talk about our prior existence, our present existence, and our posterior existence. So what is going to happen in our life if we go this way, that way? Only Vedas alone can tell. And therefore, it is said, Om iti udaritya. Such people who have completely accepted the authority of the Vedas as the scientific lifestyle, what they do? Om iti udaritya. They will add Om with every yajna, dana and tapa. These are the three activities. Yajna is conduct in this world so that we purify our mind. Tapas, Danam is the technique by which we share and get out of the limitation, and tapas is the technique by which we discover our own inner potentiality, self-confidence and freedom from the dependence. All these three kinds of activities, they are begun with the chanting of Om. No Vedic mantra is complete without chanting Om. Like we start here, Om Bhadrang Karane Vishrunuyama Deva, Om Purnamadaha, Om Bhurvusvaha, Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. No mantra becomes authenticate and acceptable without prefixing the Om. Because in that, whatever wrong things are may likely to happen or has happened is corrected. So Om is a correction factor. Now, there are Mahatmas who are orthodox type, and they go according to strict rules and regulations. And they say, Om cannot be chanted by the so and so kind of people. Then they find out a compromise. What is that? Instead of saying Om, say Hari Om. So when you prefix Hari to the Om, then everybody can chant and that dosha will not come on you. So Om iti udarutya yajnadana tapakriya pravartante vidhanokta satatam brahmavadinam. So their life is thus disciplined in the life of activity protected by the chanting of Om. Second, Tat iti anabhisandhaya phalam yajna tapakriyaha dana kriyascha vividha kriyante moksha kankshibhi. Now this was regarding how we begin with. Now second thing, when we do any activity, for what? So the purpose is phalam anabhisandhaya, not keeping in view what do I get from this world or the other world. Be very attentive. When all our activities are evaluated on the basis of what happens to your heart when you interact in this world, then you are leading a scientific life. And all our activities, if they are evaluated, what do I get in the world? We are getting lost in a most unscientific manner. Then for what everything is to be done? Moksha kangshibihi. Be very attentive. Don't be satisfied by having liberation for I. Keep the goal. Liberation or freedom from I. The culprit is this I. The moment the I disappears, you are one with the reality. So, erasing the I is the scientific lifestyle. Maintaining the I is the most unscientific lifestyle. Therefore, moksha kangshibihi. Then all these three kriya, yajna, dana and tapas. Now, regarding the third aspect, सद्भावे साधुभावे च सदिदित्यत प्रयुज्यते प्रशस्ते कर्मणि तथा सत्शब्द पाठ उच्यते यज्ञे तपसि दाने च स्थिति सदिति चोच्यते कर्म चैव तदर्थीयम सत् इति एवं अभिधीयते. So we are in Om, then Tat, and now Sat. So what is that Sat? Sadbhave. Sadbhava means what? Sadbhava means, be very attentive, recognition of the divine presence in every perception is Sadbhava. See, if I recognize the divine presence in these mics, I will always treat them with respect and reverence. If I recognize the divine presence in the shoes that I put on, after I use them, I will not just throw them and walk away. I will park them with proper respect and reverence. If I recognize the divine presence in the doors that we come through, I will not bang the door. Sadbhava, recognition of the divinity in everything and being in this world. Sadbhava, sadhubhava. Sadhubhava is that faculty by which we are able to recognize the divinity in and through the total creation. That faculty is called sadhubhava. Sadhubhava is what? As now, we suspect bad things in everybody. Do you know that man? I don't know, but looks to be a cheat. Why he looks to be a cheat? No, I just thought like that. How easily we can think bad about somebody? Now go one step further. If we are able to suspect divinity everywhere, then we have the sadhubhava. Sadbhave, sadhubhave cha, sat iti etat prayuchyate. For that the word sat is used. And similarly, prashaste karmani tatha, sat shabda partha yujyate. And also prashasta karma. Prashasta karma means what? All those activities which are accepted by the society, which are sanctioned by the scriptures, and those activities which take us nearer to our own self. Be very attentive. Whenever we do anything, there are three stages where we are caught on the wrong footings. First stage, before doing the karma. Second stage, at the time of doing the karma. Third stage, after the karma is done. So here the teacher says, prashasta karma. What is the right kind of karma? Before doing the karma, the arrogance of doership is not invoked. Kartrutva abhiman is deleted. While doing the karma, there is no excitement and disturbance. And after the karma is done, I have done so much, but nobody appreciates me in this house. Then all that you have done has gone to drains. Therefore, prashasta karma is that which keeps you in tune with the divine. Prashaste karmani tatha sat shabda pata yujyate. And yatne tapasidane cha sthiti sat iti uchyate. Further, when we are thus sthiti, firmly established in this understanding, what is that? Yajna, dana and tapas, all of them are practiced only for one purpose. And the purpose is they become a ladder to go out of the relativity and get established in the absolute. Therefore, yajna is done, tapasya is done, and the charity dhanam is done regularly, sincerely, with a view that this is the way which can evolve us to the Godhood. And similarly, karma chaiva tadirthiyam sat iti eva abhidhiyate. Therefore, yad yad karma karomi tat tadakhilam shambho tavaradhana. Every karma becomes sat karma when it is done for the sake of the Lord. Any karma which is not done for the sake of the Lord, it is asat. And therefore, ashraddhaya hutam dattam tapastaptam kritam chayat asat iti uchyate partha nacha tat pretya no iha. That karma which is not done with shraddha, that charity which is not done with shraddha, that austerity where shraddha is not practiced, that yajna where shraddha is not practiced, such a karma is asat. Now what is asat? Asat is, I'll tell you in technical terms, asat is, we have got two components in our personality. One component is consciousness. Second component is matter. Now, what is manifesting predominantly? If matter is the predominant expression of our life, we are leading in the field of asat. And if consciousness is the component of expression in our life, we are leading the scientific life. And what is the expression of consciousness? Consciousness is a common denominator for waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Consciousness doesn't change with reference to the waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. All these four things are only in the matter. Therefore, don't be satisfied that you can sit for 10 minutes with the Shambhavi Mudra. No, don't get lost in that. Focus attention only on that one common denominator which is never denied in and through all experiences, be them good or bad. If that is done, we are leading our life scientifically. If that is not done, we are going the wrong way. Now we decide what way we are leading our life, scientific or unscientific. If we are leading our life scientifically, the ultimate is, you are krita krityascha bharata etad buddhva buddhiman syat. Life will be a fulfillment in existence. There won't be the load of regrets. There won't be the load of arrogance. There won't be the load of loneliness. Like the magnet, when it is put in a pot containing the steel nails, everybody is attracted. They no more remain like the human odomos. Wherever such people go, everybody runs away. No friends. Our Swamiji used to tell one thing. This has gone deep in my system. Right from for the first time when I met Swamiji, hold this in your heart. To love and to be loved is the fulfillment of human existence. Isn't it? The Lord loves us. He doesn't judge us. What we do, we judge others. We don't love. Friends, if we are able to invoke that faculty of universal love, we have lived scientifically. If that doesn't happen, never mind, we are Hindus, next life. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.